I nearly had a heart attack when I accidentally overheard my cheating wife on the phone with her friend. "Oh, God, it was amazing," she said, laughing. "I let my lover do things my husband could only dream of. I can't wait for our next date. I think I'll let him do even more." I couldn't tolerate the betrayal for a second longer. I stepped out of my hiding place. It was supposed to be a quick trip home. I had left my wallet on the nightstand and doubled back before the lunch rush. I wasn't even gone 10 minutes. I entered through the garage quietly and headed upstairs. I didn't expect anyone to be home. But halfway up, I heard her voice. Her laugh. I paused. Then I heard it all. Oh, God, it was amazing. I let my lover do things my husband could only dream of. Laughter. I can't wait for our next date. I think I'll let him do even more. Silence followed. Then another voice, her best friend, Rachel. "You're insane. What if he finds out?" Please. He's clueless. He still thinks I'm just tired from work. That was it. I stepped into the room. They both froze. My wife's face turned pale, her mouth still open from whatever smug comment she'd been about to make. Rachel looked like she wanted to vanish. "Clueless," I said. My voice was steady. Too steady. "Matt's the number, right? Go on. I'm curious what else your lover gets that I don't." "It was just," she stammered. "I didn't mean it like that." "You meant it exactly how you said it." I looked at Rachel. "You knew too." She didn't answer, just picked up her purse and muttered, "I should go." "Don't worry," I said. "You will both be out of my house soon." Something in me shut off right then. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't beg for an explanation. I just nodded once and walked out of the room. Downstairs, I sat at the kitchen table, hands folded, trying to process what I already knew deep down. This wasn't just infidelity. This was mockery. This was a laughing at me under my own roof, spending my money, living a double life I unknowingly funded. And now it was my turn. Chapter 2. You thought I didn't know. I didn't go back upstairs. I didn't pack a bag, slam a door, or make a scene. I made coffee, because if she was going to stab me in the back, I'd return the favor, not with rage, but with precision, and I'd do it with a smile on my face. Step 1. Gather the truth. I already knew some of it. Now I needed proof. That evening, while she pretended to sleep beside me, same fake breathing, same turn back, I was in the guest room with my laptop and a burner phone I bought on a whim the year before. Funny how the stupid, forgotten things become weapons later. I signed up for a background search site. Using her phone's backup credentials, I pulled her deleted messages, call logs, and photo data. It was worse than I imagined. There were nudes she had sent while we were visiting my parents for Thanksgiving. A hotel receipt from the night I stayed up late helping our daughter with her science project. Voice notes, filthy, smug, sent right after dinners with the girls. She didn't just betray me, she made sport of it. He thinks I'm just tired. He has no clue what a real man feels like. It wasn't pain I felt reading it all. It was clarity. Step 2, lock down the future. The next morning, I met with my lawyer. "We're divorcing," I said, sliding a folder across his desk. He flipped through the text, nodded once, and didn't ask any questions. "We'll file on grounds of adultery. No spousal support. You'll keep the house, and if we play this right, she won't even see it coming." I liked that plan. A lot. We froze our joint accounts the same day. I transferred my business income to a protected LLC, updated my will, changed every password I'd ever used. By the time she noticed, she'd be standing in ruins, and I'd be halfway out the door, watching it all collapse. Step 3, let her keep pretending. That night, she asked if I wanted to order in, like nothing had happened, as if I hadn't heard her say my name like it was a punchline. "Ty," she offered, "you like that place on Lincoln, right?" "Yeah," I said, smiling. "Good memory," she grinned. And in that moment, I realized she didn't just lie. She believed the lie made her smarter than me. But she was wrong. Dead wrong. Chapter 3. Dinner is served. The Thai food arrived at 7:42 p.m. She set the table like it was a celebration. Lit candles. Played soft jazz. wore the black silk robe she used to save for special nights before she started reserving her energy for someone else. "I thought we could try again," she said, opening the box of spring rolls. "You've been kind of distant lately." That almost made me laugh, but I didn't. I just nodded. "You're right. I have been. Anything on your mind?" "Plenty," I said, "but let's just eat." So we did. She made small talk, told me about her day like it mattered, like we were still something, like I didn't have a folder with all her dirty secrets saved in free cloud accounts and a USB drive in my pocket. I watched her closely. She didn't suspect a thing. Every move I made was deliberate. The next morning, I woke early. I brewed coffee, kissed her on the cheek, and told her not to rush, that I had errand to run. In truth, my day was far from casual. First, I dropped off notarized copies of the divorce petition. Then I met with a private investigator I'd hired. He handed me time-stamped photos confirming everything I already knew. After that, I paid off the balance on my car, placing it fully under my name, legally shielded. Last stop, I sent an email to one of her close friends, someone I knew still had a conscience. Subject line, "You deserve to know who she really is." Attached were 2 strategically cropped screenshots, enough to protect identities, but plenty to raise eyebrows. I wasn't planting evidence. I was planting doubt. Let someone else carry a piece of her guilt for once. That night, she walked indifferently. Her steps were a little too careful. She set her purse down gently. No mention of dinner. Just this. "You've been really nice lately." "Should I not be?" I asked calmly. "No, it's just different." I shrugged. Maybe I'm finally adjusting to the truth. She flinched, barely, but it was enough. I turned on the TV and let the silence stretch. The trap had been laid, and she was already in it. That weekend, she said she was going out with Rachel again. I smiled. "Tell her I said hi." She blinked. "You're okay with this?" Why wouldn't I be? Because I already knew where she was headed. Her car had a GPS tracker, one of those insurance discount devices I'd installed months ago. Legal. Logged in. Silent. At 9:18 p.m., I received a photo from the PI, her walking into a downtown hotel suite with a man whose face matched the background of that beach selfie from 2 weeks ago, the one she'd insisted was just a stranger. She was still playing checkers. I was playing chess. Every step she took landed her closer to checkmate. My folder of evidence grew thicker. Her carefully constructed image began to crack. The exit was in sight. Chapter 5, The Final Move. Monday morning, I filed the paperwork. Grounds, adultery and emotional cruelty. Exhibits, transcripts, GPS logs, hotel footage, screenshots. Even an affidavit from Rachel, who had apparently grown tired of defending a lie. When I stepped out of the courthouse into the cold morning air, I felt something close to peace. But I wasn't done. At exactly 10:01 a.m., I sent her a single-line email. "You will be served today. Don't come home." No emotion. No rage. Just closure. She called me at 10:15. I let it ring. She called again. Then again. Finally, she left a voicemail. "Matt, please. What's going on? What do you mean served?" I texted back. "I think you already know." 10 minutes later, she tried to enter the house. She couldn't. The locks had been changed. Her garage opener was disabled. Her keycard? Deactivated. On the front door, a note was taped. "Check your email. Everything's there. Please forward your new address to my attorney." That moment hit her like a wave. Later, another voicemail arrived, this one different. Her voice cracked as she spoke. "Matt, please, can we talk? I never meant to hurt you. I thought you didn't care anymore. I thought you were pulling away and I made a mistake." A mistake? Forgetting an anniversary is a mistake. Forgetting to pay a bill is a mistake. What she did was premeditated betrayal. Carried out across weeks and months, then brag about in whispers and laughter. She gambled. I let her play. And then I ended the game. Quietly, I released a final blow. A day later, her parents received a package, anonymous, postmarked from a neighboring city. A simple USB. I never sent it directly. No fingerprints. No return label. Inside were the screenshots, the messages, the voice clip. Oh, God, it was amazing. I let my lover do things my husband could only dream of. They never called me. They just stopped calling her. What did she expect? That I'd collapse, cry, beg for her back? Instead, I erased her. Her gym membership? Cancelled. Her access to joint accounts? Gone. Her social circle? Withering. Even Rachel? She turned her back. You laughed at the man who loved you, Rachel told her. You thought it made you powerful. It just made you disposable. Final chapter. The door shall never open again. I move into a new place, smaller, quieter, honest. I started sleeping better. I ran in the mornings. I looked in the mirror and saw not a broken man, but one who stood back up with his dignity intact. A week passed. Then, two. No calls. No messages. Silence. I assumed she'd finally accepted it. Then came a knock. It was a Tuesday evening. I was halfway through dinner, jazz playing in the background, a glass of red wine in hand. Peaceful. Ordinary. The kind of peace she never let me have. I opened the door slowly. There she was. No makeup. Hair tied back. Pale. A version of her I hadn't seen in years. The glossy, untouchable mask was gone. She looked tired, not just in her face, but in her bones. Can we talk? She asked. About what? She hesitated. I don't know who I was when I did all that. I spiraled. You were always so calm, so steady. I mistook that for weakness. She was wrong then, and she was too late now. I used to believe I could find someone better. I was wrong. I didn't reply at first. She tried again, softer this time. You were a good man, she said. Better than I ever deserved. I see that now. I'm not asking for anything. I'm sorry. The apology lingered in the air, hollow and too late. Words alone can't rebuild a house that's already been burned to the ground. You didn't just betray me, I finally said. You disrespected me. You took everything I gave you and turned it into something to laugh about behind my back. You didn't slip, you chose. She nodded slowly, her lips trembling, eyes filling with tears. You ruined something that could have been repaired, I continued. And you didn't even pause before lighting the match. I know, she whispered. So why are you here? She looked past me, at the entryway that used to be ours. That threshold we crossed 100 times when life still felt whole. I don't know, she murmured. I guess I hoped maybe we could talk. We are talking, I said. This is what closure sounds like. She stepped back like my words had weight. They did. Not anger, not spite, just the end. I looked her in the eyes. Goodbye, Sarah, I said, and began to shut the door. Matt, she said, her voice barely a breath. I stopped just long enough to say, you close this door the day you open another. Don't come knocking now just because the other one slammed in your face. Then I closed it, not with hate, not with rage, just resolve. Some doors, once shut, aren't meant to open again. She never returned. Her name never passed my lips again. And as for me, I didn't piece together the life she shattered. I built something entirely new. Smaller, quieter, honest, stronger. And not once did I wish she had a place in it.